Hey guys, Tim Wilson UK here, and welcome back to the Golf Club and another real course review. So you can see in the top right hand corner we are doing the Royal Melbourne West course. So this is part of the the Royal Melbourne Golf Club, which comprises of an east and west course. It is based in Blackrock, Victoria, which is the southeastern portion of Australia in Melbourne, or on the outskirts of Melbourne. Just to give you a little bit of information from Wikipedia, the Royal Melbourne Golf Club is a 36-hole golf club in Australia located in Blackrock, Victoria, suburb southeast of Melbourne. Its west and east courses are respectively ranked number 1 and 6 in Australia. The west course is ranked in the top 10 courses in the world or outside the United States. Founded 126 years ago in 1891, it is Australia's oldest extant and continually existing golf club. I don't know why I keep saying member. The Royal Melbourne Golf Club has a capacity for 15,000 spectators. Okay, so let's jump straight into the round. I picked this one. There are a number of iterations by a number of different people, but this one has the most plays. It is handicap rated. It's currently ranked at 7.6. So let's get in and play around on this course and see how we get on. I think this is about, let me just have a quick look. I should be able to tell you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done about 7 of these so far, so if you guys have been following the series, be sure to check out some of the other courses that I've reviewed. I am thoroughly enjoying doing this series, probably more so than playing in the TGC tours on the web.com at the moment. So if you are enjoying this video and this series, be sure to support it and hit the like button, because I am sure as hell enjoying doing the videos. Let's have a quick look at this hole. Let's not do the flyby. Let's have a quick look this way. It's easier to look at the hole. So the first hole, 429 yards downhill. Now, having had a look at, let's have a quick scout round here. Alright, so it's difficult to see, but having had a look at the map of where the course is, it's not far from the sea, and I would imagine that's why there's all these sandy areas here, because it's going to be in a fairly low-lying area. Let's jump straight into the round here. Beautiful sunshine, as you'd expect from Australia. 5-mile-an-hour wind. You know, my initial thoughts on the course is that this course looks like it is really well made. The time and effort's been put into this course with regards to, you know, lining the fairways with the right amount of rough and first cut and cart paths, putting all this sand around where the trees are. But without further ado, let's get into this round. Wind's not too fierce on this first hole. There we go, 7 mile an hour. Not going to give us too much of a headache on this first hole. Looks like the fairways are fairly smooth here on this first hole. Yeah, little things. I mean, just the little things like this. The stairs up to the next green. The greens look fairly flat. I mean, I don't know the course at all. I know it's not that flat. It's not that flat at all. Couple of little hollows. Looks like it rolls uphill there, so let's see if we can get this nice and close. That yardage should be about right. We've got the birds singing. I would imagine, I'm trying to think what theme that would have been used for this. I would imagine Boreal theme. I could be wrong. I am open to correction on that one, but it is really nice. It's got sort of a deserty feel about it, but imagining what a sort of a Dubai course would be like. But I like the look of it so far. Is that going to turn as much as what I think? Yeah, it probably would have got there if I'd have given it enough beans. But we'll tap in for a par and move straight on to the next hole. So what have we got here? Next one is a par 5, 498 yards. So as par 5 go, it's a fairly short one. Let's have a look at the overhead here. Zoom out, we've got a massive bunker, and I would imagine, let's have a quick look, that's going to be, it's going to be outside of the landing area. Let's have a quick look here. Dog leg right, landing area is probably going to be round about here. Let's zoom out again. Move down here, and then you've got these huge bunkers down near the green complex. This one on the left-hand side, with the wind blowing in from the left, that's going to be that's not going to be in play, but this one sure as hell is. Playing 482 yards today. Let's have another look at that, because that's, I mean, you can see the effort that's been put into this. I'm not entirely sure what that is over there. Is that all concrete? That must be like that, otherwise he won't, you know, whoever built this wouldn't have actually done it like that. So that must actually be like that in reality. And then we've got some more concrete around there. So it must be part of the water features on this course, but strange, but it's there. I'll have to have a look at some images afterwards. Let's get this one firing down the fairway. Got the wind behind ever so slightly. You'll have to excuse me, as usual, when I'm doing a real course review. I've got my cup of tea here. Take a sip of that. Let's move straight on to the second shot. A fairly short second into the green on this par 5, as par 5 goes. 204 yards uphill to the flag, so it should slow down. 203 less 3 is 200 yards. Got the wind behind. Let's take a bit off of that. It looked like it was moving from the right. Let's have a look. Yeah, so let's move that over a bit in case it runs in, and hope that we get this there. That sounded good. That's still going to be long. The greens, yeah, that didn't roll on a lot. So let's have a quick look at the green speed here. 136. The greens are fairly slow, which is good. It's nice to actually see somebody's created some greens that aren't super quick. 108, 18 feet. Fairly straight. It's going to turn right at the end, and it's going to drop. So that's an eagle. So that is a, you know, that is stroke index 18 on the scorecard, and an eagle is nothing more than that deserves. Doesn't mean it's a bad hole, but it's a cracking opportunity to score some really, really good eagle opportunity on that one. Definitely a good eagle opportunity. Let's zoom out here. Now, we've got a short par 4 here. 354 on the course. Let's have a look at this. Let's move up. Dogleg right, and I would imagine with the wind behind you can put this within sort of pitching distance. It's not going to be far away from pitching distance as it is. You know, if we can get this, it's into the wind, but if I can get this 280 yards, it's still only going to be about 70 yards, 75 yards to the flag. But it is into the wind, so it's going to hold it up a little. Beautiful looking course, quite tranquil with the birds singing and whatnot. 270 yards, so it's still going to be 100 yards to the flag. That's okay. 100, and it's going to be about 103. I know that's about 103, that line. Let's move it over a bit for the wind. Let's see if we can get this within a couple of feet. And that will do nicely. That's going to be about 4 feet. Oh, 4 feet. 7 feet. Let's see if we can get a birdie here. Yep, another birdie. So got a net score of 2 under. It's going to be a gross score of 3 under. I'm working on the gross score. I'm not going to take the handicap into consideration here. And we're going to move on to hole number 4. First 3 holes, really, really nice. We haven't had a par 3 yet. Got a couple of par 3s, not overly long. 175 is the 5th, and 149, that's a short par 3 there. But not the shortest, because it looks like hole number 13, but stroke index 1. So that short par 3, hole number 13, is the hardest hole on the course. So I'm looking forward to that one. So we've got a 555 yard, which is about bang on for a par 5. Those bunkers not going to come into play. I'll be interested to see whether we can actually get underneath this tree. I would imagine we can, otherwise it wouldn't be put there. The trajectory is going to be fairly low with the driver to start with. Let's have a look. No, it hit the tree. So that is a little bit of what I would regard not great course design, because there is no way that tree would be there on the real course where, you know, as soon as you tee off you're going to hit a tree. It would either be cut back or it would be further away or closer even, that when you tee off the flight of the ball would not go into the branches. So that for me is a little bit of a minus. We'll keep a note of that. That's hole number 4. Let's see if we can get this up on the green. Wind's going to bring it back in. It should get onto the putting surface. Oh, not quite, not quite. It rolls uphill there. That's going to give me about a 20 yard, yeah, about 20 yard shot. Flop shot here. Let's get this across. Let's see if we can get this close. It's going to come up a little shy, but that's okay. Should give me a good birdie opportunity. These greens aren't bad. They are nice and, what I would regard, nice and flat, wide expanses. Don't get me wrong, there's movement on the greens, but it's not stupid movement, and near the hole is, you know, is spot on. This is a nice looking hole. Let's have a look at it from the overhead. See, that's a beautiful hole. That's a beautiful golf hole, that is. We've got the cart path here. Looks like this is a sort of a, what I would regard as a central point here on this hole, because we've got all these crisscrossing cart paths here. Beautiful looking golf hole. Wow. But I would imagine, let's move up to the green and have a quick look. Yeah, you don't want to be short, because if it hits that bank, it's going to check up and roll back down. Slightly wayward left and right, you're going to be in a bunker without a shadow of a doubt. Quite difficult to judge with this wind now, because the wind's picked up a bit. We've got 173 plus 5 is 178 into the wind. This is a difficult one to judge, because we've got 181, but we've got a bit of wind here. Let's add some yardage on here. See if we can get it up on the green. 100%. Looks good. Distance is good. Should check up nicely. Yeah, that's going to stop beautifully. I'm going to get through to hole number 9 before I check out that comment. I have seen it pop up on the screen. I am not going to ignore it, but I will have a look at it at hole number 9 when I do my sort of halfway evaluation. Let's drop this down. Get this running towards the hole. Didn't allow enough, but that's going to be a par. That's going to be enough for this hole. There we go. On to hole number 6. 451 yards on the scorecard. Let's zoom out and have a quick look. There we go. Oh, this is a massive dog leg. I'm intrigued by this this sort of concrete effect we've got going on around these water areas here. I mean, there's another one there. I'd be keen to see what that's like on the course, but it'd be interesting to see with this hole how much of this corner we can take on, because it's not a long hole, 378 yards, but if you try and dive into this area here, you run the risk of running out of fairway. So let's have a quick look. See, it's given us a 3-wood here off the tee, and that's about bang on. Let's see where a driver lands. Wrong one. Driver. The driver's running out, but can we swing this right round the corner here? I want to go for this. Let's see if we can get a beautiful slide round this corner. It's going to run out of fairway. It's going to run out of fairway. It is running out of fairway. We've still got a fairway to the flag. Not a great shot there. 158. Take some off that. We are in the rough, but we got the wind behind, so I'm hoping that's going to help. This could have been a miscalculation on my part, trying to be too greedy off the tee, but that's going to be okay. Not going to roll on too much. Should move a little to the left. Yeah, from where I was in the rough, that was good. See, I mean, that's the, just to give you an idea, look at all that stuff behind the green there. This is really, really well made, this course. Thoroughly enjoying it. Not by any means related to the score I'm currently on, because I'm on a net 4 under through 6 holes, but purely because of the fact that I'm judging the course on not how, also on how it plays. So don't get me wrong, I am interested in how it plays, and the score is always great if you hit a nice score. But more importantly than that is how it looks in relation to how it plays, because it's got to look like a golf course. You know, it's got to be well made. You know, the time and effort's been put into all these bunkers around the green. I would imagine the shapes are spot on as well. Let's see what we've got in regards to movement. Another fairly flat green. Starts to speed up over here. Got a false front on here. No, not a false front either. Looks good. 146 yards with the elevation change. 151. Got the wind behind. So that club's going to be about bang on. Let's check it up a little. I don't want to come up short though. Let's hope the wind pushes this onto the front of the green. That's perfect. That's going to check up nicely. Yeah, it checked up more than I thought actually. It's going to leave me a fairly long putt. Not moving a lot. See, not a lot of movement in the greens, but enough to bring the ball back in. Yeah, you still need to judge them. So that's what makes it good, is that they're not moving drastically left and right. Oh, excuse me, another swig of me tea. And we've got a short par 4 for hole number 8. Beautiful little foliage on the ground there. Got the ball cleaner and on the ladies' tee there. Got this massive bunker in the middle of the fairway. It's got some massive bunkers on this course. Whoops, let's have a look at it from the air. Massively wide open fairway. Looks like they've got a temporary green over here as well. It's either a temporary green or it's a green for another hole. That'd be interesting. Let's have a quick look, see if we can see a tee box. That looks like a green there, is it? Yes, so it can't be that tee box there, because that's for that hole coming back up the way. So I'm not sure what that bunker complex there looks like, some kind of scuttlefish or cuttlefish or whatever it's called. Alright, let's get this hole played. But that's either a temporary green on the left hand side there, or it's a green for another hole, which I have seen before. I mean, I've seen shared greens. I mean, St Andrews has shared greens, but a green on a fairway, I'm not entirely sure about that. But let's get this hole done. Don't want to spin this back too much. Stop, 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 stop. That'll be okay. Probably took a little too much off of it. Would have been nice to get it past the hole and spin it back, but that's enough to pick up a birdie. And we're on to hole number 9, and then we'll do the halfway review. 420 yard par 4. Let's have a look at this hole. So what have we got here? We've got, yeah, so we're going straight back down on the adjacent fairway to the previous hole. 416 yards, looks like we start moving up to the green. A little bit of change in elevation. Where's this aiming us? It's aiming us down towards those trees, so we want to bring that in a little. There we go, smack bang in the middle of that fairway. That's pretty good. 290 odd yards. Yeah, you see that's definitely goes downhill to start with. We got 30 feet to go uphill here now. 125, it's going to be 135 yards. And the wind's blowing from right to left. Let's move that over a bit. I'm going to add a bit more on there because of that change in elevation. Just a bit, because it's 132, we want 135. So I've added a smidge more. Wind should bring that back in towards the flag. A little bit too much, but it should check up nicely because it was a fairly short club. Alright, so now we've got a difficult putt. 19 feet, but it's downhill. It's going to keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Yeah, that's okay. I will pick up a par on that hole. While we're moving to the scorecard, I'm going to have a quick look at the comments. So let's just wait for that to move out of the way. GolferCon92, hi, how you doing, man? Thanks for watching. Has gone into every single hole, every single fairway, every single green, every single little bit of first cut and rough, cart paths, the whole shooting match, the careful consideration for this entire course. My only little reservation was on hole number 4, where that low-hanging tree affects the ball on the drive off the tee box, but that is very, very minor. Let's get into the back 9. I've got this stroke index 1, hole number 13, short par 3 that I'm thoroughly looking forward to, so that's coming up shortly. We're going to start off with a, well, we've got the waypoints all wrong on this. So anybody that is designing a course, be sure to actually take that into consideration when you're plotting your course. Wherever you put your marker, where you're going to put waypoint number 1 before you start moving your fairway off in another direction, that is the club that it's going to give you. So you're better off taking the driver and then erasing the bit of the fairway and bringing it all the way back, because let's be honest, who is going to take a 3-iron off the tee here? Nobody. This green is almost drivable, okay? Look how far you can get up with the driver. So by the time we move this over to allow for the wind, this is going to be a sort of a hop, skip and a jump into the green. So for those of you that are new to this or haven't actually created a course thus far, be a little bit mindful, be a little bit conscious of where you're putting your waypoints when you're actually plotting your course out. Alright, so 46 yards into the wind. This is the right club all day long. I'm not going to change any of the elevation here. Going to let the wind hold this up, and then it should roll up within a few feet. Yep, spot on. Put that on the left edge. It should move into the middle of the hole, which it does do, and that's hole number 10 done. Okay, hole number 11, another par 4. What I didn't have a look at, let's just have a quick look at that actually, just want to take that into consideration. So what have we got here? We've got 2 par 5s on the front 9, 2 par 5s on the back 9, so that's pretty standard. 2 par 3s on the front 9, 2 par 3s on the back 9. So yeah, it's your standard, what I would regard 4-10-4, so 4 par 3s, 10 par 4s, 4 par 5s, which is pretty standard for most 18-hole par 72 courses. Let's see if we can skirt this tree. Yeah, just got over the edge of that tree. That's going to be absolutely spot on. It's going to give me a right view straight down the fairway to that flag. Ball is slightly below my feet, so I have to take that into consideration. Yep, balls that should start coming in now, which it is doing. Not as much as I'd hoped. It should check up fairly quickly. It has done. And we're on the green for 2 and putting for a birdie. Uphill putt, fairly slow. I've got to remember that I've been coming up short on these holes. Hit that a bit harder than normal, and it pays off, so that's another birdie. So onto the third of the 4 par 5s. Let's have a look at it from the air. 484 yards. Massive big bunkers there. I would imagine we're probably going to be driving over those. And then the hole moves off to the left here. Not an incredibly long par 5, 452 yards. So this is definitely going to be drivable. And it's not even going to be a long iron in here. But look at all this. I mean, somebody has taken the time to put all this stuff down. It is really, really nice. Really, really well done. Yeah, these bunkers are definitely drivable. The wind should blow that further back into the left-hand side. Yep, there it starts to move in back to the left. Should catch that slope and roll down a little. Was into the wind, so 280 yards is pretty good for that, but it's still 200 yards. 197 plus 4, still 201 yards. Let's have a quick look at where the flag is. It's a fairway on the green, so let's add a little bit more onto that. Good direction. Could be a little long, or is it going to slow up quite nicely? That, I couldn't have wished for much better. This is a definite eagle opportunity here. So, this is 2 holes on this course, and that's another eagle. 2 holes on this course. They are both, see, if you have a look at hole number 2, stroke index 18, and hole number 12, stroke index 17. So those 2 par 5s are the 2 easiest holes on the course, and they are both really, really good eagle opportunities, as you can see. But we're moving on to stroke index number 1 now, straight afterwards. 146 yards on the scorecard, par 3. 149 on the course. I can see why it's difficult, because if you don't get this close to the flag, it moves this way from the flag line, and it moves this way from the flag line there. So you could end up off the green straight away. So I need to make sure I try and get this as close as humanly possible. So it's got 152 yards, so I'm going to take this a little longer. That wind's not going to have too much of an effect. Let's see if I can get this close. Being long or short is not the issue here, it's being straight. That's a little right. I need it to stop, otherwise it's going to roll off the green. See, it's hit that slope now and it's rolling. The greens are slow, so it should stop before it ends up in the bunker. It's still rolling. It's going to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Still rolling. That is the problem. Yeah, that's going to roll off now. And into the first cut. That's the problem with not hitting the perfect line there. Now, the other issue I've got here is getting this up to the flag, stopping it near the hole without it spinning back off the green. So I can see why it's a stroke index 1. I was really interested to see why a par 3 with such short yardage was going to be a stroke index 1. Don't spin back. Don't spin back. Ooh. I was holding my breath there. I thought that was going to spin back off the green. And that's in for a par. That is a breath of relief there, because it is a tough hole. There's no getting away from it. Alright, so we got a par. Let's see, we got another 3 iron off the tee here. Another par 4, really short again, 356 yards. Got these humps in the fairway here. Not a lot more to worry about, but I would imagine the landing area is probably going to be around there. But we'll have a look in a minute. But we've got a lot of bumps and hollows over here, which is going to prove interesting. Let's move up here. And look at the bunkers around this green. luckily enough, we should have a fairly short iron into this green. It's not too much movement on the green, but yeah, I would imagine the landing area is going to be up near these bunkers. Yeah, there it is there. Ooh, this is a difficult one because you want to take on some rough here, but you don't want to end up in those bunkers. So how much do you take on? I'm going to take on that and hope the wind carries it. If we get one bounce in the rough. Oh, just carried over the rough. Now this is going to be interesting. How was this going to stop? Should roll back into the hollow. It's not quite rolled back into the hollow. But I've got 55, I've pretty much got 55 yards. I've got the wind behind, so I'm going to take a bit off of this, see if I can get some check on this ball. And I want this to check up now. That is perfect. Absolutely spot on. And that is not a difficult hole at all, provided the wind's behind you off the tee. Alright, so we move on to the final par 5 of the course. Another short one, 477 yards. So let's zoom out. Fairly straight away hole. We haven't had any water on this course that's been in play. Let's move down the hole. Fairly straight, fairly straight. What have we got down here? Little sort of food hut there, or lavatories, loos, whatever you want to call them. We should be reaching this hole in 2 without a doubt. And it should definitely be another eagle opportunity. If we can get this 270 yards, 200, 40, 50, 60, just shy of 270, so that's going to leave 210 to the flag, 220 with the elevation and the wind. Is this going to stop in time? Let's try and put some loft on this. Try and get it up into that wind. Looks good. Going to be long. It's going to be long, but not by a lot. If it's uphill, that's going to stop. That's pin high. That is pin high. And this is another eagle opportunity. I don't think I've ever had 3 eagles in a round. This would be good. No, pulled it ever so slightly. You can see the line wasn't straight on the putter. That's an opportunity that's gone begging, but this hole is definitely one that you can eagle, guys. And we move into the last 3 holes, and we have the final par 3, and this is a long one, over 200 yards, 220 on the scorecard, 221 exactly the same on the course, 218 less 5, 213. See if we can take some off this and bring this in from the left. Probably going to move a little more than I wanted it to. No, that's dead on line. That looks good. Is it going to stop in time? No, not quite. It's still running on. And that's going to give me about a 25, 30 foot putt. 22 feet. Slightly uphill, so I've got to remember to hit it. Looks good. Looks good. Ooh, just missed. Once again, this back 9, just like the front 9, beautifully created. All the time and effort's been put into all the bits and pieces around the green, all the little shrubs, ball washers, tee boxes. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at this hole from the air. Oh, we got a nice bit of elevation change there. Look at this. Massively downhill there. Where are we going? So we got a huge dog leg left here. There we go. So the hole goes over this way. So it's whether we can carry the dog leg. Now it's giving us a 3 wood off the tee. I would imagine we can probably... Ooh, this is a difficult one. That tree is right in the way. Yeah, that's going to be about it. Catching that hill would be advantageous here. Missing the tree. Done. Catching that hill would be fantastic. No, is it? No, not quite. Wind behind, and you'd definitely catch that hill. It'd probably take another 20 yards off this next shot. 178 into the wind is 175, 172. I'm going to club this down. I'm going to add a smidge more onto that. 97% power, so I haven't hit it. It's going to come up way short. And that was beautifully online as well. Oh, I would have loved to have seen what that would have been like if I'd have hit 100% there. Calculation error on my part, or a swing error on my part, so I've got no one to blame but myself. 40 feet, slow greens. I may have actually underhit that as well. No, that was about bang on. Can't wish for much more than that. It's only a couple of feet away from the hole. That is the 17th hole in the bag, and we head into the final hole, which is a fairly short par 4 again. It is 400 yards. It's over 400 yards, and it's a dog leg to the right. Playing 394 on the course. Depends on, yeah, how much of these trees can we take on? That'll be interesting, because the landing area with a driver is going to be down here, I would imagine so, which is going to leave about 100 yards into the flag. So, ooh, how much of this can we take on? Let's have a quick look. Give me a 5-wood off the tee. Where does a driver end up? Down in this gully here. So, let's try and move this around the corner a little. I'm taking on the trees a little bit here. Let's see if it works. Is it going to roll into the rough? No, you could probably actually take on a little bit more there. It's 276, 140 to the flag, into the wind, uphill. So it's 145, it's into the wind. And it's pretty much dead straight. I want to get 100% on this shot here. 100% it is. Looks like it's off to the left a little. No, it's bang on line. The yardage is right, and that's going to roll within about 7 or 8 feet. 7 feet. Let's put that on the right edge. Oh, and it just grabs it at the end. So that's a net 10 under par. It's a gross 12 under par. A round of 60, a net round of 62. No drop shots. Let's get into the review of the course. Let's forget the handicap bit there. Not that bothered about that. So, my overall impressions of the course is that it's fantastically made. It's fantastically rendered. The sun, the weather, the wind is absolutely spot on for this course. The time of day is spot on for this course. The theme that's been used for this is fabulous because it's got those very Australian Southern Hemisphere sounds. The layout of the course, all of the foliage, all of the sand, all of the bunkers, all the cart paths, all the fairways, the attention to detail on the rough, the first cut, everything absolutely bang on. Well, one little gripe, and I've had a one little gripe on a couple of courses now, was that tee shot on hole number 4. But that's the difference between giving it a 9.5 and a 9, and I'm going to give this course a 9 out of 10. That is the highest course rating I have given so far. Guys, if you want a course to play, the Royal Melbourne West course so far in all the course reviews is my pick of the courses thus far. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, press that like button. I do appreciate it. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to put them in the box below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and if you haven't watched any videos that are in this series prior to this one, hit the subscribe button, have a look at some of the other videos in the series, get some courses that you can play in the golf club. But until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you soon.